Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shijun Wang. In today's video, I am going to talk about tone color. This is a very, very big topic, and I'm talking about this because one of my YouTube viewer asked me questions of how to produce different tones. And this really reminded me from my childhood learning piano when I was probably 6 or 7. The teacher always say, play beautifully, have beautiful sound. And I never knew how. Yeah. Now when I recall, it's almost like a basketball coach telling you, you need to make each shot. Well, yes, everyone knows the goal is to play beautifully, but how? And the science behind it is really not that difficult. It's very simple, but it takes years, it's not decades, of practicing. Number one point I want to share with everyone is that there is no ugly sound. There is no wrong sound. The piano instrument itself really doesn't produce a much variety of sound compared to a lot of other instruments, right? If you for string instruments, for instance, the pizzicato and when they play arco, when they play with the bow, it sounds quite different. The clarinet, they just have so many different techniques they can do to produce very different sound. But piano, the range is quite small. Um, yes, there are styles we have to consider, yeah. But then, when I was in college, a lot of professors say you don't hit the piano, don't hit the piano. Well, you don't hit the piano when it's Mozart, when it's Chopin, sometimes even when it's Liszt. But then you probably need to play it a little harder or a little more harsh if it's Prokofiev or Shostakovich or Carter or those contemporary. I played Richard Daniel Poor for my junior recital or whatever it's called. Then the Enchanted Garden, there's one part of Mardi Gras. It has a lot of hitting. So the hitting is not a wrong sound, but you have to know where and when to use it. Okay. There are two factors that can greatly impact of producing different tone color. Yeah. One factor is the speed of the touch. The other factor is the depth of the touch. If it's light or to the surface only, or it's all the way to the bottom of the keys. And there are so many different articulation signs when we play. And Bach doesn't really do a lot, but starting from Mozart, you see legato, staccato, and then Rachmaninoff really is a huge lover of tenutos. Yeah, sometimes you have more tenuto than notes, but sometimes maybe. And Chopin loves legato. And also we have dynamic signs such as cantabile, dolce, espressivo, and all that are indications of tone color. Okay, so what do I do when we see staccato or sometimes leggero? Yeah, leggero really is not a meaning that it have to be light. Yeah, it has part of the meaning is light, but it's vivid. It's light like a butterfly, not quiet. It's not a only a volume indication. So let's say if I'm playing this Liszt etude. Yeah. Both the speed of the touch is quite quick, but then the depth of the touch is quite shallow. Yeah, I didn't go all the way to the bottom of the key because it's leggero. Yeah, the polarized example is any singing melody that you can find in Chopin. So in this example, the touch is slow, very slow, but then the depth of the touch is very, very deep. Yeah, but it's all marked piano. So again, the dynamic, really, the loudness or the quietness is irrelevant here. And how did I change from to this? Or to this kind of singing. Not only that the speed of the touch is much slower. I press it like that with a much more preparation compared to this. Yeah, the way I use my fingers is totally different. Yeah, when it's leggero, when the touch needs to be quick, then I have rounded finger. Because when the hands are rounded, it moves faster. Yeah? If you have these all flat, like how I would use this to play the Chopin Nocturne, then it's easier to press slowly than this, than when every finger knuckle is, to the tiptoe. And also, one thing we have to think about, and rarely people talk about this, is that the distance, from when the key is not pressed until the bottom of the action, can reach. I don't know a very specific measurement. There must be. If you Google it, you can guess it. But it's really very short. Okay, so when this is short, and that's not something we can change, then it plays kind of in favor of quicker attack. Yeah, so the list etude would be easier. But then when we do it for a Chopin kind of singing, we don't think of our finger as going straight up and down, but sideways. Okay, so that's why the wrist, I'm not doing, but then sometimes from the left to right, sometimes from the right side to the left side. But never strictly up and down. Now, in this way, it gives us a longer distance, for this touch, which is needed for slower touch. And sometimes we see marcato. Marcato basically indicates that the touch is quick, but then it's not light, but it's to the bottom. The touch is heavy. It's deep. For instance, Prokofiev. Everything is loud and harsh, but it's needed. War sonata, right? It's needed for expressing this specific type of mood. The biggest thing for students to know is that we need to use different parts of our body to achieve different touch speed and different depths of the touch. Okay, when I play the Schubert Impromptu, of course everyone talks about how beautiful the melody goes, you have to sing it, but then how do we play like more than 10 of this underneath the melody. And don't overpower the melody. Yeah, because what's underneath is I'm using only fingers. Right, it really requires great investment of time to practice this so that it's even, so it doesn't have unevenness in it. And also the top melody, I'm using my arm. I'm using my arm weight, and it's a deep and slow touch. And this is a quick and light, shallow touch. Yeah, so in this way I have to divide my hands. Yeah, that's why everyone learns Bach. Yeah, Chopin treats Prelude and Fugue by J.S. Bach as his etudes. Okay, so my last point is that for this episode is that most of the time this harsh sound or this quick and deep touch is not used in anything prior to 20th century. Okay, I remember my professor, Mr. Kallichstein, basically every other lesson would do this. We'll hit this bottom of the keys and say, play to the bottom of the keys when I am playing something like Beethoven or Brahms or Schumann or Chopin for him. Yeah, because most of the beautiful, the piercing sound is hidden really in the very deep of the key action. So if you were to explore and find more colors, I urge you to try to have slower touch and deeper touch. And of course, I'm talking about the romantic singing style. So that's where you can find it. Okay, but the real challenge is to have, close to 100% accuracy. But if you never dig, never experiment, never try, you will never have. Sometimes a pianist will have very distinct sound, very unique sound of his own. Yeah, anytime you play me two notes played by Radu Lupu, I can identify that's Radu Lupu. So because he has over, as a half a century developed his own sound. Okay, but again, it has a lot to do with accuracy. Um, Sometimes by accident you played a really beautiful note, and then you try to imitate that. Yeah, it may take 5 tries, and next time it may take only 3 tries, and eventually every time you play or you want to produce that sound, you can instantly have that sound without any failure. Again, this will not cover anything or everything about producing tone color, but remember the two most basics: the speed of the touch, and then the depth of the touch, how deep you go into the keys. Okay, I would say most of the beautiful sound is hidden when you have a deeper and slower touch. So go ahead and experiment that. And don't forget to apply to different parts of our body when we try to produce different types of tone color. Thank you for watching. See you next week.